welcome to episode 2 of In the Mind of a Vet. Today I am Darren, Baby Bell Bell, and I'm joined by Heather. Please introduce yourself, Heather.
Hi everyone, my name is Heather Nakanishi. I'm Vice President of Carlton this year. Yep.
Sweet. And our guest for today for episode 2 is the legendary, the one, the only, Ittaana Krow.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on today, Ittaana. Thank you. So Ittaana, can you give us a little bit of your background, just to kind of catch everybody up on your career so far here in Quidditch?
Sure. I started playing played about 2 games in the 2014-15 season, and then I basically started my career when Quidditch Canada started after the IQA split.
Right.
So 5 years now. I'm currently the head coach of Valhalla. I've been the coach for the past, I believe, 4 seasons. 5 seasons, my mistake. So that means I've been playing for 6 years, coaching for 5 seasons. And primary position keeper. Sometimes I chase if it's necessary when we need shot blocking back there, since I'm short. I also volunteer for Quidditch Canada. I was previously the gameplay manager, but now I'm just took a step back. Kyle take the ropes, and I'm just a coordinator and helping out when needed. And I'm also the assistant coach for Team Canada.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming today, Ittaana. So today we're going to be looking at the gold medal game in the 2018 Quidditch Canada National Championships in between your team Valhalla and Calgary. So is there any particular reason why you wanted to show us this footage, Ittaana?
Yeah, mainly this is one of my favorite games that I played. It's in my top 3 games. One of the reasons why I wanted to show it was, the great thing is there's a clock in the background, so we'd be able to kind of give context to game time more or less a lot.
Oh, that's perfect.
I always like doing finals, whether that's regionals or finals, only because games with the most stakes kind of highlight where players shine and not. Bracket play is tough, but playing in a final is really, it increases the stress factor. And then the other reason was a little bit of a Calgary shout out. They made themselves a Cinderella run in this national tournament in 2018. Where they had 2 upset victories, and we had to scout them on the fly as opposed to scouting other opponents, because they were dominating other teams and coming and making clutch catches to win.
That's awesome. I'm really excited to take a look at this, especially since this was the season right before I started. So I think because our national tournament was at McMaster when I played. So I haven't seen any games played in the Hamilton Tiger Cat Stadium. So I'm really excited for that as well on the video quality and stuff that we have here. So I'm really excited to see this game. And I never actually, because I came after this, I never got to see Calgary play. So I'm kind of disappointed on that, but I'm really excited to take a look at this footage today. So I guess without further ado, let's get started on Brooms Up. So here we go here.
Michael Howard with a great start. First to the ball, but Joel Martin's right there with him, going to make the tackle.
A bit of chaos.
A little chaos at the beginning.
And quite key in that situation.
We see Michael Howard now cutting inside, looking to crash the hoops. He's going to run into three different chasers on the Calgary team.
Joel Martin's going to provide that block. Michael Howard is not going to get the opportunity.
So if we pause it,
yep,
just go through that a little bit. How we got that quaffle and drove right. Typically, it'll be a common theme probably while we go through the footage. I try to tell our quaffle players, try to maintain to be in the middle of the field as much as possible. So in between 2 hoops, the 2 outside hoops, that way you have a driving lane to your left and to your right. The defense can't really predict where you're going. It also gives you the option to make solid passes to either direction to keep the defense guessing. Once you pick a side, you know you can only cut back or go straight through. We had a shot, but good defensive play by Calgary there. Heads up play though, with Yara and Custers after the rebound. Are coming up with the offensive rebound. We play through. We have Custers coming through, and as soon as she hands it off here, she's gonna set a screen on the Calgary.
On the Calgary chaser right there.
Anybody gives Custers a running start is usually a recipe for disaster. This screen here, and Custers just goes right through.
Goes right through, gets the goal. And that was like an Quidditch player only kind of play there. There was no beaters really in that play as soon as you went off down the drive on the side. So it was mainly on that pick and roll was your way of creating that line for Custers to gain some speed and to get through to the hoop.
And what we knew coming into this game was Calgary has a strong point defender and keeper, but they lack speed in general as a team. We knew if we can get out and run, we can beat them without our bludgers if they had none. They tend to focus on maintaining bludger control, which just made it important for us to get their beaters focused on other beaters that our call for players just havoc. We see here Calgary has bludger control, I believe, and they're going to just focus on maintaining it. They're not going to use it really aggressively, if I remember correctly. Sugar's trying to get one bludger to make a bad bounce, but effective. We have Yara matching up Joel on the left, Howie on the quaffle. Custers has the chasers that are roaming on the side.
And we see number 55 making a run, finds the lane, is going to get
and what a goal. If we go back.
Yep.
Up, perfect. We see here James Champion, number 55, and we pause it right here. Our game plan was gonna mark up their keeper and double team. We're gonna mark up the keeper and double team whichever player they have, and if they swing the ball to any of their wing chasers, it's on the keeper to recover. So the keeper is guarding two people. That was our game plan from the beginning. After watching this team, James Champion is so good. He's gonna cut left, and it's gonna be Howie and Jane Arnett. And Jane Arnett doesn't cut off the driving lane, and James Champion beats the double team, and Custers, who is guarding two people, rotates late, and James Champion with a good goal.
Bring around the right side hoop, and we see number 55.
It's a double team.
Yep.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late for
Tackled in front of the hoop, but that is going to be a point up for Calgary.
But I'm watching that. When I'm on the bench, I kind of know like that's kind of both communication error and an effort error.
Okay.
There's no reason why one person is outrunning two people.
Yeah.
We have Gola and Nina trying to regain bludger control. That's the Linden. And a simple goal. So if we go back, that's exactly what I said from earlier. We knew we had the speed advantage as long as we tied up their bludger. As soon as Custers makes this pass, we pause it. Gola takes up the beater up top.
Yep, he's taking him out of the...
Nina is going after the beater at the hoops. Which means Linden now knows all he has to do is dive through, get around one chaser, and if so, he has a one-on-one against the keeper. I would have preferred if he made a little bit more of a straight line drive instead of a loop. That's mainly because I don't have speed personally.
Okay.
But it works for Linden, and he usually has a good shot from behind the hoops.
Yeah.
Run it through.
So just looping around the first chaser, and then using the utilization of the three hoops to just cut around to the small hoop on the other side.
That's a tough job for a keeper if you have to defend all three hoops and a person running at full tilt. You kind of would hope that somebody else would rotate and step up.
Yeah.
Once Calgary's beaters were focusing on maintaining the bludger control, it just allows us to make athletic play around their slower chasers.
Okay, so in that type of aspect, if you see a team, like from a coaching perspective, if you see a team that is playing a little bit more passively with their beaters on that type of aspect, are you saying to try to kind of almost like force their mistakes by playing so passively and trying to make your way around the beaters because they're focusing so much on trying to keep possession?
I would say you wanna remove beaters with the ball, being able to you want to remove them from being in the middle of the field. So you want either beat them out or at least rotate them so that there's a lane to take. And then you got to watch out for their range. If they have a strong throwing range, you just got to be prepared for that. You're just trying to you're mainly just trying to get the beaters to move. If you start seeing a pattern in which like to go to one side of the field and you're going to consistently attack opposite, beaters have to make sure that they occupy their attention.
Right.
Beaters would use their speed, throwing range, pump fakes to make sure that quaffle players don't get that running lane. But that's usually because they don't fear other beaters per se. Like the fact that Nina was able to tie up that beater by the hoop without a ball, showed us that they were worried more about being tackled by Nina than they were about making a play on the quaffle. If that's the case, and take that driving lane every single time until they figure out a way to stop our buzzer-less beater from making a play.
Right. That's awesome.
Here we have Alexis. This is where we scouted a little bit. Alexis is the keeper with the quaffle.
Yep. Number 81.
Just a little bit of context. There was no boundary rules as we have them now. If you tackled somebody out of bounds before, it was actually a penalty against you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what they were doing was trying to get us to force to hit them illegally out of bounds. So we had to contain them without actually hitting them out of bounds. That's why they're always coming up to the one side.
Yeah.
We knew that. So as you can see, this is a straight up double team. We're ignoring number 13. Just trying to get to the quaffle carrier.
Right.
Gets beat out. Lyndon takes the beat. It's fine. And we have here Howie away with a little bit of a shove. Pass to the middle of the field.
And with...
Fortunately, was a...
Oh, sorry. You go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. I was just saying unfortunately with the bobble pass, but because all of the attention of the field was on one side, if we go back about 2 seconds.
Yeah, you can see all of this.
Number 5, Jane, is on an ocean. She makes a catch. It's over, right? Like they're so focused. All the bludgers are there. Everybody's just hampered to the loose ball, but they're not actually organized the defensive end. They're more organized on offense.
Yeah. Like everybody, their entire team is focused on this side alone, and number 5 just has an ocean, like you said, like has all the space to play with.
Positioning by Jane.
Oh, perfect positioning.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she bobbles the pass. Great recovery. As you can see, they all rotated back and sprinted. Right? It wasn't a half-hearted effort.
Right. 4
players came back on deep, came to recover to the pass. That's where I was trying to get to say about playing in the finals and playing in the round robin. The stakes are higher that everyone's gonna hustle, even if they make a general mistake. And any kind of error on your end, even if a bobble pass, could be the difference between having a game out of range and in range.
Right, right.
You have Alexis coming up the field.
It looks like you're doing the double team again on 81.
They're just tap beating.
Yep.
Didn't see Gola.
Good catch by Gola.
And they're retreating. They have an advantage, which I'm pretty sure I'd have been playing through a beat, but I don't remember. To be honest, there was a lot of cards in this game.
Yeah.
We still have bludger control.
I think it was Michael Howard, because on his way back he pushed someone over.
You see, they're trying to come back down. We're using our beaters to pinch them in to trap them against the sideline.
Right.
We see finally Elaine's not opening up. He's making a lane for himself as he runs into Lyndon Evers. Again, now cutting across the middle. So far, this Valhalla defense has been impenetrable for Calgary in this possession.
Good beat. Wait.
Called beat as a tackle is made.
And that's going to be the stoppage in play.
I thought it was a good beat, but I think they called Gola beat before he threw. I'm not too sure. You can clearly see what 81 is trying to do, Alexis. He's just waiting and waiting until their beaters somehow create a no-bludger situation. And one thing we realized quickly, he has no interest on passing the ball.
Yeah, very clearly on the first 2 possessions.
So as long as we have a wall in front of him and our beaters are able to maintain, and even if our beaters don't maintain under control, or even if there is a no bludger situation, it's told our qualifier players from the beginning of this game, you guys are double teaming them, have to make the tackle.
Right.
That way, our beaters are not stressed about having no bludger situations against us, because I want to always eliminate our beaters have to think about so that they can prioritize certain things. They don't have to think about a million things. So
right.
If Alexis goes, number 81 goes right through all of us, some of the qualifier players, I'd probably call for a sub and get a new batch of people out there to make some hits.
Right. So it's mainly like a trust of your defense on your quaffle players in order to stop a driver like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now with MLP's 2-arm tackling, that wouldn't be required.
Oh, I love the 2-arm tackling. Can't praise it more. Like, I can't praise it enough. I absolutely love the 2-arm tackling. Oh.
You were right. They put Howie in the box, or I think for playing through that beat. So we're down a player. Custers is on the quaffle, and Jane looks to be making a play on it as well.
Yep.
A double T and stuffed at the hoop.
That was amazing by Custers right there, like that one-on-one there.
Yeah. To this day, I still think he's one of the top tacklers in the country.
Oh yeah. I want to get him onto the program as well. Because I looked at what's it called? What you had last summer with Team Canada, like the Team Canada East and Team Canada West.
Yeah.
His tackling was really good, and I think his tackling is amazing. Because like his reach from side to side is amazing, and somehow even if it's like he just gets his hand just on your stomach or something, he gets like a perfect wrap somehow and takes you to the ground. It's insane. I love it. I love watching him play.
His legs.
Yeah. But it's like for some people, like usually they can like go right through the arm or something, but he just somehow just gets the perfect wrap. Somehow, like his positioning on the tackle is so good. I love it.
Every season he helps coach him and Spencer Van Milligan coach Valhalla for tackling, especially the quaffle players.
Yeah.
It's definitely not my expertise at all. I get a little bit of a hands-off approach and get them to run tackling.
Yeah.
Default to the experts.
Yep. Well.
We have a line change.
The man himself.
And we have Calgary has bludger control on defense for the first time in a while. We're playing with the person down, so we're playing position 5 versus 6, and they have bludger control.
Okay.
Now, go ahead.
Just a question. When just looking at like you, as soon as you come onto the pitch, you're ordering your chasers around. Now I'm wondering, is there something that you saw before you got onto the pitch, and that's why you're positioning your chasers in which way you want to kind of go against what you've seen on the bench so far?
So with us we're playing with 3 quaffle players, and they have bludger control. What I know is there's going to be an instance where I may have to give up quaffle earlier than I would like, because we're going to get pressed. What I'm just yelling at is I have Beta to my left, I have Katie Brown to my right. I just don't want her to run away too far. She likes to be far. She usually plays 2 passes away than 1 pass away. But I'd like her to be a little bit closer, because I may need to offload this quaffle, because Christopher Daler, who is in the middle of the screen there, the Calgary beater, the bludger in hand, he's looking to pinch me, and I'm going to have to get rid of the ball. With Beta being marked so tightly right there, I can't pass the Beta. I have to offload it. I have to either offload it to Katie or just ditch the quaffle completely. So I'm just telling her, come a little bit closer. The next thing is, Gola, I know Gola is going to do his best to try to either fake out a beater to create a lane for me, or just keep them at bay for as long as they can. So, and then my next objective is I want to get the attention of as many players as possible. The more eyes are on me, the easier it is for the other Quaffle players to get open. If both bludgers come at me, that means I've done a fantastic job. That means I can offload a ball to a receiver who doesn't have to worry about a beater coming after them.
Oh wow. Okay. I like that. Is that what you're thinking on every single penalty kill? Is that you're trying to draw as much attention to yourself as you can in order to try to give yourself those options on the side to dish off to?
It's more aggressive like that on penalty kills. But it's generally like that almost on any possession. It was different. When I first came into Quidditch, I was a lot faster than I am now, and many people didn't know who I was. I was able to just run around people, get some free goals without paying attention. But more and more I play, the more people kind of get more eyes on me. Like, so when they're playing defense, they're kind of there's like one person guarding me. There's usually a point defender, and then the beater is also trying to watch me, and then the help chaser is also trying to watch me. So I'm just trying to get around the first person and try to draw more attention, and then kick a pass off. So that way the receiver has less attention to deal with. It's been easier to do where the receiver doesn't have to worry about the next two beaters and another chaser trying to tackle them. If all they got to do is figure to catch the ball, run around one person and go for a score, and life's easy for them, that's basically what I'm trying to do all the time. I get that from basketball. I'm a point guard in basketball, so my whole job was to set up other teammates to get them to score.
Okay. This is completely new to me. That I understand why now, because I suck at basketball. So I never really played it much. So that's awesome. Okay, good to know.
We get hit. Christopher Dealer comes at me, beats Gola. Gola's out to play. Right at this moment, I know we have no ball. They have one ball back there with Nathan Ross. Their beater off screen has a bludger. And Erin is gonna get one of these rebounds. There's a chance that she could also get beat out. I'm assuming right now that I have no beater help. At the very least, one of their beaters took themselves out of the play. So I gotta act fast. Make a play here before I get beat out at half court.
Team Canada standing roster, as
okay.
well as John Gola and Aaron McCready for that matter, but with Nathan Ross, who's originally from Simon Fraser University.
And like right there, like what you were saying, look at how many people you drew, because you got one and you got both beaters coming up on you, and then you take the dish over here to Beta over here.
And the keeper bailed me out. If you go back a little bit.
Yep.
Alexis bailed me out. Go back another 5.
Yeah, because he comes out, eh?
So pause it here. So I got by the first chaser, and the second chaser rotated, and both beaters are here. So now I know 4 people are all here, and then Beta has keeper and 1 chaser. As soon as the keeper steps up, Beta just has to. That's so far away. He's far away from the hoops and far away from Beta. I don't even care about these beaters anymore. I want them to beat me, because if they beat me and I get the pass off, it's the easy goal.
Nathan Ross, who's originally
yep,
from Simon
perfect.
University. Michael Beta is going to get the goal on that one, though, with a quick feed from Ittaana Krow. As a result,
we score undermanned. So I kind of take notes. Kind of now know that number 66 there is a little bit aggressive. Not many beaters for anyway, because this was Gola's first season beating, to come right at Gola and just beat him up the play quickly. So kind of took note of that aggressiveness. They have bludger control again.
Yep.
And their main objective here is just to tap beat. So they tap beat 1, Devin rotates over, Katie Brown's watching the outside, tap beat again.
And still coming up with that pressure with Quaffle, with the chasers.
They maintain quaffle possession off of a couple beats, and they're in no rush. So quickly, what we realized, so if we pause it,
Yep.
we're at 6 minutes, nearly 7 minutes of game time. The score is 3-1, and they're in no rush to score. Just knowing this, I noticed it while I was on the bench right away. I kind of figured out that they're just trying to keep the game in range, because they've caught in range the last 3 games in bracket play to get to this point. And we don't want it to become in-game range, because then it becomes kind of a coin flip with the snitch. No matter how good the snitch is, it's a coin flip anyway. So I didn't want it to become to that. This means that whenever we're on offense, I kind of want us to speed up a little bit, because they're milking the clock. We can play it through.
Oh, sorry. Think I think I cut out a bit on the audio there. That's my bad. Sorry.
We have a dodge.
Good block there. So in that instant, when he goes for the shot here, so you come up. Oh wait, I think I need to go another 5. So you see that it goes through 1 chaser, goes through 2 chaser. Now in this instance, you stay here for the block. So my question is for you here is, as a keeper, when do you decide to either go for the tackle or to stand and block? Because if you stand and block, you're going to be caught. Like the chaser or the person who's driving is obviously going to have the momentum aspect on you, so they can just drive right past you and go for the dunk, or you could stop the shot. So my question is, how do you read that they're going to shoot or if they're going to continue driving through?
So this instance, this is Joel Martins on Calgary. I've seen footage of Joel, and he's a great shooter. Distance that even if I go to block, it may go through my hand. It's a rocket.
Right.
So, but I don't really see him dunk. I've never really seen him dunk. That's one. Second is, Lee Brown went to tackle him, and then Devin already has him. So I'm confident. I know Devin's gonna hit him hard enough. Probably he's not gonna run through it. I can focus. At that point, I'm thinking up or pass. I don't even think driving is an option for him because of Devin making the tackle.
Right.
The next thing was, I know Beta was to my right. So if he's going to pass it across, he has that. So I don't have to worry about that side. So because I already know he was getting tackled, I just went for the shot. If he actually faked the shot and was going to continue running while Devin had him, I knew I had enough time to land and then him also into a double team.
Right.
Devin makes the play here, getting him wrapped up first. He makes my decision for me, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So
Okay.
Here he makes my decision. I had a presumption he would shoot. Devin making the tackle allowed me to just go for the shot. If he ends up getting through Devin and I went for the shot and he dunked on me, I would know next time, and I would just tell Devin after the play, I have to meet him sooner because I need you to get a body on him. I can make a play next, because you don't want to be in that no man's land you're talking about where you don't know if they're gonna shoot, dunk, or anything.
Yeah.
But it's having your chasers help the keeper basically
In making those types of decisions.
If Devin doesn't make a tackle here, I can honestly say I'm just guessing.
Okay. Fair. That's fair enough. So he does go for the shot, and then you decide to go up front. Now, for this decision, are you trusting that Devin and Michael are going to be blocking the hoops here and that you have the momentum forward to try to make that tackle? Or are you just going off of instinct on trying to recover the ball for a drive or a possible drive?
First, I thought I could beat him to a rebound. The second thing was, I knew if he got it and I was in front of him, he doesn't have that much forward momentum.
Yeah.
He can just run through my arm while tackling. I can just basically bear hug him and just hold him where he is. Since I'm in my keeper zone, I can't be beat.
Exactly. Okay.
I'm going for the rebound, and if I don't get it, I'm gonna tie him up. But he's so fast. Like, he got the ball and is ready to shoot again.
Yeah. Like, and he does get a shot on, but then Devin looks like he gets a bit of a tip off of it to ricochet it past the hoop. But that was a good fast shot to get there and then instantly take the shot.
And I can't even tell you if I remember if I told Devin or Beta that the hoops because I'm getting up top. But I think it's just like after playing, Devin and I played together for almost my entire Quidditch career, so he kind of knows that once I leave, and he missed a tackle, it's on him to get the hoops.
Right.
I'm fairly sure it was Devin Dutt making that second block.
Christopher Deller getting very physical, able to
Here, I try to take a lot of attention, but I get caught.
Yeah, by
And
the
I get
beater
beat
there.
out.
Yeah.
I should have offloaded the ball earlier.
Yeah, should have like to Devin here to kind of like get it back at the top of the key.
Exactly. I should have offloaded to Devin, and then Devin could go ahead and make the play.
Yep.
If you go back a couple seconds.
Yep.
I take a hit to the chin. Go back a little bit more.
Yep.
And then watch Scott gets tackled into my face.
Oh, that elbow. Oh.
So it wasn't great.
Yeah. No. That hurts.
Yeah, I was supposed to offload the ball and just go into a wing position and let Devin run the next play.
Right.
That was just a complete error, and I didn't judge how much time I had.
Right. Again, running this 2-up. So as a coaching perspective, is like you said that this is your like you're running the two, or you're purposely running the two chasers up for the pressure. Now, is that something that you saw on every single line, or is that just something you saw on their team in general because you had so little time to scout on them? So I'm guessing, like, do your plans change, or how your defensive sets change per line? Or do you usually just set for a generic, like, okay, we're running this defense because this is what we've seen in general?
It's a little bit of both. For this team, it wasn't really pressure. We had two of them on the ball carrier because they were either too strong or this keeper, Joel, was too fast. So we didn't want them to cut the corner and get the edge on any of us, because once he makes that move, our keepers are going to have a hard time stopping shots. Everything we're trying to do is to eliminate them getting good percentage shots.
Right.
Or even taking a shot, period. One thing we realized with their beaters playing so close to the qualifier carrier and just tap beating, it just kind of showed us that qualifier carriers are afraid to get hit. Like if they're constantly trying to tap beat because they don't want no pressure on the qualifier carrier, that means they're afraid to get hit. When I'm on the sidelines or if I'm on the field, I'm yelling, hit them hard. They don't want to pass.
Right.
We've already seen now they have no interest in passing in 8 minutes and have no interest in being hit. So if you force them to pass. Since they don't pass, and it probably won't be a good pass. Kind of watching what they do well and just make them not do that, and then what they struggle at and what they don't want, force them to do that. Kind of for this game anyway. For other games, like lines particularly wouldn't change, and strategy will be different for each team. But there's a set fundamental rule of defense we're running and what we want to accomplish. If there's certain players on certain teams we have to key in on, we'll alter the game plan just to affect that person.
Right. Okay.
As soon as both are beat up, Katie Brown knows to get on the ball, and then I step up because both pictures got beat out.
Yeah.
Evan and Beta. I don't want him to get that running start because I can't stop him there, but I can slow him down here.
By making him stop.
Here,
yeah.
Make him stop, and then he can now reevaluate. They're still tap beating. Just making sure he doesn't get the edge. Devin is on the hoop. As soon as that pass goes, tackle. Then now once I know I'm in my keeper zone, I just want to get my hand on the ball and just drop.
Calgary.
Drop and just
Good luck.
drag it.
Ittaana Krow on his knees.
You can try to pick me up if you want to, but I'm pretty heavy. and
Unless he's-
and I can't be beat. So I'm basically untouchable.
Yep.
We've got also dog piles as it relates to the beater game.
And I really wanted to sub, so it kind of all worked out.
Okay. So I guess I asked Shaggy this as well as a beater, but as a keeper, when do you decide to sub? Like, when do you think it's the right time for you to take yourself off the pitch? Is it because you're tired, or like on a percentage? Is like percentage like 70% I take myself off because I'm tired, or and 30% I take myself off because my ball carrying is not doing too well? Like, what's the percentage on your decision to take yourself off the field?
I want to start by saying first, I'm blessed. I've played Custers and Spencer for the last 3 years. And it's not really even a conversation amongst us. We all know when it's time for the next person to sub off. It's kick almost. In terms of for when I sub off, I know I'm offensively the best ball mover out of the three. If I get 2 goals or 3 goals in a row, like not me scoring, but my passing or the playmaking leads to scoring.
Yeah.
Me on as long as I'm not giving up goals. We play it on plus minus. So if I'm responsible for 3 goals and they don't score against us, get the hot hand, keep playing until you're gassed. You're doing good. There's no need to sub you. With Custers, if they're having an issue scoring against Custers, and Custers is also plus minus, he's more goals than against. He can also stay on as long as he's feeling good about it. But we kind of want to save Custers for the later part of the game sometimes, because during snitch on pitch, I may coach a little bit more and have him on there if we can afford that. Spencer, especially during the finals, we've realized over a couple tournaments, it's how his body's holding up. He's the most injury prone out of the 3 of us, but we know when he's going, no one can really tackle him. So if he's able to create lanes and go, he can stay on for quite a bit, but his shifts are usually the shortest ones of all 3 of us, mainly due to injury. Like usually banged up or whatever, he takes a beating over the course of a weekend.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how our subs go. It was only recently that Cousins and I played together, last 2 seasons played together at the same time. But we didn't do that this year at all. This whole season, 2018, didn't play together on the field at all.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't notice that at all. Huh.
It didn't work in practice.
Yeah. All right, now we got Spencer here. I know Spencer loves to drive. So, oh my gosh. Yes. I love him. Oh my gosh. Okay.
With this team, we knew that once they don't have under control, they got to make a tackle. And once Spencer gets a head full of steam, it's on their keeper to make a hit. We haven't seen any of their keepers able to make big hits. So it's basically trust with Spencer. Now, personally, I don't like it when Spencer puts the ball in, because when he gets wrapped up, he can't pass it away.
Yeah, like how he kind of hooks the ball in his hand. Like if we back it up a little bit, if we watch this. Yeah, like how he kind of wraps the wrists around and almost tucks it like a football almost.
Exactly. What he started getting better at is that shot at the end there. That was a part of the game that he has a little bit of a floater now. He can pass much better. When just the tuck and get in part, because it's hard. You want to eliminate the amount of steps you have to take to pass the ball up, because sometimes you're not in control when you pass the ball. Beater can come. Somebody hits you from behind, even if they don't call it, you got to be able to get the ball off to your teammates, or at least to take a shot. But in this instance, they were not. Clearly were not prepared to deal with tackling Spencer at all.
Right.
And the player who got hurt, unfortunately, their keeper tackled Spencer to them.
Right.
So that's a lot of human.
That's a lot of human. Yeah, just a little fun story. I remember my first year, and it was I think it was my second tournament, and we faced Valhalla, and it was like later at one night, and I remember that game, and I remember I think I got subbed on the same time that Spencer got subbed on. And oh my gosh, I remember he drove the very first time, and I'm like, yep, I'm in the keeper zone, and I'm like, yep, I'm gonna stop him. I'm gonna try to attempt to tackle. I got like obliterated so hard. I was like, oh, lying on the ground. I'm like, no, never doing that again. My gosh, that was amazing. I think as my first year, not this past season, but in my rookie year, still kind of a rookie, but in my rookie year, you really remember the hits the most, in my opinion. Well, as a keeper / chaser, I remember like the biggest hits I ever took, and I remember Spencer being hit by Spencer. I've been hit by Spencer. I got hit by Brian, and attempted to tackle Brian. That is a completely different story, but I think I remember that's how I really kind of got into the Quidditch League, or started like seeing like the legendary players, is by just being tackled by them or being obliterated by them, I think, which is kind of weird. But yeah, by every single person that I idolize, I guess as a Quidditch player, I really look to for those types of plays. I've been obliterated, and I love that part about the Quidditch community. Is like, it's you can be obliterated and trampled on and taken to the ground, but it's still like such amazing people. So a little bit of a branch off of the Quidditch talk, but
I love it. It's talking about first experiences and what gets people to continue playing. It's different for everybody, I think. Like, some people may have like similar, but their moments are different on why they like playing.
Yeah.
Like, mine wasn't hit. Mine was basically jukes and manipulating players that I can more scoring opportunities, and I love that. I love, more than anything, I love a solid pump fake.
Oh,
If I get a pump fake and I get 2 to 3 players turn their head and get faked out, that's just everything. Like, that just brings me joy.
Yeah, I remember you doing the pump fakes when we played for Raiders in the Indianapolis, and I was on the pitch, and so many pump fakes. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I remember that so much. That's one of my highlights of Quidditch, is playing in the Indy game against Minneapolis. My gosh, I love that game. I love that series. That was, man.
The whole series was fun.
Yeah.
Everything but the Heat was great.
Everything but the Heat, yeah. Still love
we're up.
Yeah.
We're up 3. We know that they're gonna have a little bit of urgency because they want to get the game back in range. But we have ledger control. We're being a little bit too aggressive, and by aggressive, you want to pause it.
Yep.
And you go back 5.
Yep.
I don't mind when beaters are aggressive. You got to be a little bit aggressive in a smart way. You want to split the field. What I mean by that is, if you see that yellow cone beside Michael Gomes is the referee in all red. So yeah, that yellow cone you got there.
Yeah.
Half. That's the middle of the field, right?
Right.
Burger, who is in the yellow hoodie, is so far on left side where Nina is already on that side. We have 2 beaters essentially in the same spot, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Right.
So we're not using the field effectively. If he were to stay on that basically yellow cone white line area, it'd be as effective as trapping them anyway. And then you could inch forward on the white line with pump fakes, but you don't have to be so aggressive to just go and try to make a play, because usually you get caught. You get caught making a mistake, or you have to make a more difficult play, and you put yourself in a more challenging position. Even if you think you're the better player, there's no need to put yourself in difficult spots. Play smart, play effective, because then you're just going to put more pressure on your partner and your quaffle players where it's not necessary. So we'll play it through.
Yep.
Full team still happening. The beat attempt gets tackled. Nina makes a great beat to stop the play.
Yeah.
And we get a tackle at half court.
And then the beaters
again, aggressive, but are making beats. Viara end off to Spencer, and Spencer goes again for another ride.
Yeah, and I think something that we need to look at this beater, I think this yellow, who's in the yellow sweater again?
Sugar.
He makes, I was talking with Shaggy in the last episode, but he makes a really good play here. So you see that you have BS on this side. You see Beater coming over on this side. He notices that you guys have BS. He does a super strong throw to get it bounced off of her. It's almost like a self 1.5, and then collects the ball that she dropped, and now it's a no beater situation.
Fantastic. And if you want to go back a little bit,
yep,
how it gets set up, and this is the drill that I'm almost certain every team does. Tap beat drills, right? You want to tap beat so that way you get the ball bounced right back to you. It's a two-handed tap beat right there. Two-handed tap beat. Nina tap beats they don't beat the same person.
No, they don't.
They're so coordinated. They're all beating opposite people, creating that lane on top of what you said.
Yeah, I think like that is a very impressive beater play that was phenomenal. Just to create that no bludger or no bludger situation, that was fantastic.
Heads up play, and then the qualifier players, like at that point now we have the numbers because people were beat out. Our drives down, easy handoff, and then one-on-one with Spencer downhill. We'll take Spencer going down one-on-one every single time and live with the result.
100%.
Great block by the Calgary beater here. We still have bludger control. No, we lost it. Sorry, just lost bludger control.
Yep.
Oh. 81. Pause it. 81's frantically calling for his beater that's back there. Oh.
Yep.
Why is the beater back there? We have to think about that. The beater's back there because they're now up 4, and they want that bludger to be for defense. They have no interest in bringing it on offense. They're already passive, the team, offense, that they're only doing tap beats and not even attacking our beaters in our own zone. Alexis, number 81, calls for the beater because they have no interest in all these bodies ready to tackle him.
Yeah.
They're gonna get tap beats going again.
Tap beat.
And tap beat, good catch. Yara comes over. For the double team with Yara and Beta.
Tap beat.
Tap beat.
Yara gonna get beat as well. And see, as
now,
soon as one Valhalla chaser gets beat, another one.
No interest. Beta comes over.
He's turned his back to your other beater, just trying to get the tap beats. They have no intention of losing the ball at all.
There we go.
Yeah.
Pause it.
Yep.
Back. As soon as Nina comes forward, and there's no more double team for 81, the Calgary beater that's right in front of Devin goes to beat our beater. And that's going to create their bludger. Now, to what I said, our qualifier players have to make a stop. Devin's on the ball. Custers knows right away Beta got beat out, and he's going to the hoops. Number 88 in the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Beta's job is on the left-hand side. Beta's job to cover the hoops. Custer's going to come up and help Devin to tackle.
Yep. Devin coming up. Custer steps up and makes the tackle here.
And that's a tackle right there.
Like the pumping the legs, like you were saying before.
Makes up for Devin gets caught with a missed tackle. And I honestly believe that's because they weren't expected to get hit.
Yeah.
Over the course of the weekend, they've been trucking through everybody. So our whole game plan was.
Great pressure by Alex Sugar from Valhalla.
Yeah, and commendable patience as well on the part of number 81 Alexis on.
You still there, Ittaana? Oh, there you go. Okay, you just cut out. Your mic cut out. Sorry. You cut out on what your plan was.
So our plan was to just make sure that they can feel our tackles.
Yes.
So if we come up, number 55 games champion is running around trying to make a tackle. Haven't been this aggressive at all the whole game on defense.
No, they
You know how
haven't.
aggressive they are?
Yeah.
They're out of range. The whole game plan was to keep it in range. Corey, the end around, stalling right now, as we have no bludgers on offense. A bad pass.
Yeah,
I would say a bad catch attempt.
Yeah.
That's where, if you go back a little bit.
Yep.
So, only reason, and pause it here. The only thing that should ever pressure a quaffle player is a bludger. Not a quaffle defender. Should never let the quaffle defender dictate your movement. You should never feel rushed. If you start to feel rushed because someone's coming to tackle you, and you have to work through that because you have to be able to get by one-on-one scenarios, or at least draw attention enough to make a pass, even if it means getting hit. It should be no fear to be rushed by a quaffle defender. When we don't have bludgers on offense, there's no need to rush. We play it through. Rico's to the right of our screen. Corey's right here with the quaffle. And play it through. Classes has the ball. It makes the pass. There's no need to.
Yeah. Could have just had it, kept it high.
Keep it high. Wait till your teammates come to help you. There's no need to rush it. As a coach, I wouldn't get particularly too angry because we're up 4.
Yeah.
So we've done our job to get out of range. There's no need to lose your shit.
Yeah.
especially in a finals where everybody's already stressed a little bit. But you're just throwing away a possession. Even if Rico made the catch, the whole defense is right there waiting for him. Right? So there's no need to make that pass yet. So they're coming up again. Tap feet. Misses the beat.
The one thing that I sorry to pause it, but the one thing that I just want to say is number 13 right here, the entire game so far has just been trying to make picks. So he comes over here, he sees that, and he tries to make a pick here. Like his entire job has been trying to make pick for the drive to try to get the mismatch for the drive for both keepers.
You are 100% correct. That's been the MO for him and some other players on the team. They have no interest in catching the ball. And that's where I don't know if that's like design or acknowledgement that if I don't get the ball, and this is what I got to do.
Right.
Like if I'm not getting the ball, how else can I be useful?
Right.
But Joel makes a great shot. So we're just playing keep away here.
And you're just letting your beaters do your thing.
I get caught again. Get caught. I want to go back a little bit. This is what I kind of want to get focused on. We pause. Number 13's coming towards me. Just watching the way to evade somebody without feeling rushed. They're coming towards me, play through, and it's just an escape cut. I just back cut, give myself some space. Now, number 55 is there waiting for me. I go ahead, back cut again. Now I have some space. Should have swung the ball to Corey, my left side. The other bad spacing issue we have here, if you go towards the hoops, both our chasers are in the same place.
Oh, yeah, you need someone right here.
Yeah, so
if you had
we
someone
didn't
right
really
there.
Didn't maximize our spacing. Even if we did, had the escape pass to my left-hand side, I didn't get the ball to. And then the worst thing, all your qualified teammates in front of you.
Yeah, that's so you're 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, I see now.
Luckily, we had a beater back.
Yep.
Everybody just hustles back.